Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to a Grand Cross video, and today is, what is it, five days left before God Elizabeth does come out next week, and I'm making a video today going over why she's broken, because I know, on us checking Reddit at least, some people actually don't know why she's broken, so we're going to kind of go over that. I have her on JP, I have a 5.6 I think, so pretty good. So I will be doing a showcase of her before she does come out with the meta team that I believe is going to be in global, which will be Lost Vane, King, Elizabeth, and also Merlin in the sub, and you're just going to ult rush. This is kind of the main thing, because trying to get, you know, Lost Vane down, it's going to be quite hard, especially with King and obviously Elizabeth in there. And I guess it's only until Festival King comes out to where there's more, like, sort of a counter towards that team, because you can't purify King's debuffs. So at that point, ult rushing with that team is kind of dead, and you still can't go rely on damage. God Elizabeth isn't actually a good damaging character. She's literally just there for support. She heals, she stuns, she puts a shield, and also reflects damage. Which, by the way, quickly throw it in here. Her ultimate heals all allies. Use that for Elizabeth. But it also reflects damage, which is quite good. At least at max. It does 4% of the damage taken and heals as well. But then if you get this to 6.6, it's 120% of damage. So you may want to get her up. You don't need her compared to what you like Lost Vane. But still, getting her up and healing it back as well. To be fair, at least she always heals back the damage, but still, she reflects damage too. So that's something you may want to consider when getting her. I mean, if you get dupes, you're going to feed it anyway, so it's not a big deal. But this is why she's broken. She has 3 skills, obviously, well, 2 skills, 1 passive, that are just top broken, man. It's unreal. So the first skill is literally just a damage attack, rank 1, but then obviously you get that to rank 2 and rank 3. It starts to stun and cancel stances, which is I mean, it's just better than a freeze and a petrify. Petrify and freeze both can obviously be woken up when they attacked. So obviously you can still do, like, for example, Lost Vane, who does AoE attacks. Applying a stun and then be able to do like an AoE attack afterwards helps out quite a bit, because you don't have to worry about waking them up. Especially like if you're doing like a stun and then a Lost Vane out, just something you can do in different orders rather than waiting to the end turn to stun. Especially when you get that to a tier 3, it starts to stun for 2 turns, and you can just constantly keep attacking at him and not worry about it. Next thing, obviously the second one, probably the second best skill or part of the kit is obviously if an ally is going to die, she recovers the HP off the mount before death and revives the hero only once per battle. This is broken, I think, at the start of Grand Cross, or at least when she comes out now, because we don't have like the AoE chip damage like what we have a King, Festival King, but you can deal with it. It's not big of a deal. If you think about it, it's actually only 1 less card. That's basically all it does to kill. If you play it properly, you should be able to get the character down to like 10 HP, and then you just attack, they die, you attack again, and then boom, she's dead. Or he's dead, depends who it is. I kind of wish it didn't count for herself, because then that would be a good thing to do. You can sort of focus her, but she does revive herself, so just bear in mind. But obviously, if you're going for an ult rush, let's say SR Aaron, just first blue character to get to my mind. You want to try and kill the Lost Vane, who's obviously ult rushing. You ult with Aaron, it kills Lost Vane. Does 100k damage, and Elizabeth just heals it all back up. So that seems broken, but if you play properly and you chip him down, you should be able to take out the damage and pretty much kill him straight away. Only it requires 1 less card. It's not that big of a deal. I think it's like Rugal, to where you just sort of deal with it. It is going to be very annoying as well, especially if you don't have Elizabeth yourself, because it's going to be broken. But then this is the main one, which kind of just ruins every team in the game. So creates a barrier around all eyes for 150% of attack for 1 turn. So unlike Merlin, where it's 2 turns, and I think who else has a shield? I guess Grimoire. They both just do 2 turns. This one's only 1 turn, so it's sort of balanced. But when you get that to tier 3, it does turn to 2 skills. But this is what makes it broken. When attacked, no bonus damage effect will be applied. Which, if you don't know what that means, it basically means every skill, or mostly every single character in the game, apart from a few characters like SR, well, I guess Aaron, SSR Aaron, Titan from Aaron, Escanor, Lost Vane, and Dere, they're the ones I can think off the top of my head, where they just do strong hitting attacks, like they have the proliferate ability, which gives them 1 extra orb. Dere has no card effect, she literally just does damage. But when you go towards other characters like Demediolis and Kyo, and Rugal, who have all these like really strong abilities, but it's behind the ability effect, which is obviously for Mediolis. It's the 3 times pierce rate, which obviously increases pierce rate by 3, which does tons of damage because obviously increasing that. And then Kyo is disgusting with his cold destruction, which does 20% more damage per debuff on target. When attacking Elizabeth's shield, these effects don't come into effect. You're literally attacking with 170% of attack with Kyo, and the Medios, you're only attacking with 100% attack as well. So that's going to be very low because the pierce rate's not included. And for example, Escanor's already kind of fallen off, the red one. But now he's just, as soon as Elizabeth comes out, Mono Red's gone. Because Amplify doesn't work. So Escanor's doing no damage because the shield just doesn't work against Amplify. Now granted, Rupture does work, so in the future we do get Luduciel, who does that AoE Rupture, which just breaks the shield straight away. So at that point, it's kind of good. But all these characters in the future come out of, or like certain effects, like Eastern, for example. Green Eastern, a very good character, has weak point cards. That just doesn't work. Literally, all these effects, weak point, pierce, charge, obviously Lost Veins, little AoE attack, just doesn't work against the shield. Granted, it still does damage, so you're still going to break it down a bit. But that extra damage multiplied just doesn't come into effect. So you may want to obviously have like strong hit attack characters. Granted, most of us should be using Lost Veins, so he does have a strong single target attack, which will break the shield, and you can probably deal with it by removing ult or something like that later on. But this just kills Mono Red. I have a clip in the background. I may have already played it. If I haven't, I'll play it now. To where someone at the start of the turn, I used a shield, and they used 3 pierced cards. It didn't do enough to break the shield. I think it just broke, but it did no damage. 3 pierced cards would normally kill someone's team. It did not have King, but because of that shield, it reduced the damage by so much, it's unreal. So that's pretty much her main reason why people just don't like her. The shield is the broken bit. It reduces so much damage taken, and you can, honestly, it kind of looks like an Esterosa ult, where if you see a tier 3 shield or tier 2 shield, you kind of just don't attack. You're better off just rushing ult with someone else, but still, it's going to be rough. But yes, there are a few characters in the future that come out, like Green Eastern does sort of counter a little bit, will counter the main team, because it does disable recovery skills, and she is pretty good. Actually, to be fair, Green Eastern is a mad counter. She disables recovery skills, stops ultimate gain, and also decreases attack on the tier 3. So again, in Green Eastern, you may want to summon for her. Just bear in mind, she did come out a little bit after Elizabeth, so it's sort of a counter towards her, not really too much, but definitely helps towards the main team. She is obviously a summer character, but I use that in quotations because she will not be released during summer for us. We're going to get her before that. I don't know why people think we're going to wait. Like, that's just wrong. We're going to get them anyway, like the Sweet Temptation and like New Legends, but characters who were obviously previously a Valentine and a New Year's banner. We did get them earlier, and it's gonna be the same thing here. We're gonna get Eastern and Divinity at the same time. In terms of like banner releases, we're gonna get them probably a little bit afterwards, and they're pretty good. She does have weak point, which obviously, like I said, doesn't work towards the shield, but if the shield goes down and you do some damage, it's actually gonna do quite a bit. And the passive is broken, especially when you compare it with Kyo. But yeah, that is kind of all for today. I will be making a video, I think, about should you summon, because definitely up in the air, especially when I talk to people about spending diamonds or not, because most of us probably spent obviously a lot of diamonds on the collab banner, which still was worth it. I heard someone say it was a trap banner, which is not the case. We got, even though Elizabeth is probably the better one out of all of them, you still want to run these characters with her, and also as well, Halloween Gopher, he's not returning probably until next year, the anniversary, if you do get the vote for him. Also bear in mind, it is the festival is happening today, well, I guess not today, this week. There's a little bit of theory that we may get a King for like the New Year's, and then also we're gonna get, I guess, the next festival character that comes out on JP for the anniversary. So we may get King sooner than later, so saving for actual King wouldn't be the worst idea. So the Elizabeth Alt Rush meta may not be too prevalent for too long, since there's gonna be some counters coming out towards that. And Drool as well. Drool's a really good counter. Save your part 2 tickets for him, since his main thing is to disable ultimates for 2 turns when they do reach max, which is for free, so you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, definitely for now it's gonna be quite OP. Give some time, the meta will change. Obviously some counters go out towards her, and it won't be the same thing as always. So if you're worried about playing PvP for like a week or 2, even 3 weeks, you could just go chill, don't have to go ham, and just kind of play and save if you want to. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, peace.